Knowing that you may never come back, yeah, I would say your bond is very strong, very, very strong.
There were no cakewalk patrols, and the same rules always applied. Keep alert, report what you see, remember what you hear, and think before you act. These were the traits of the LRRPs, the traits that would be absorbed into the U.S. Army Rangers. Officially, the history of the LRRPs of Vietnam is now a part of the Ranger lineage. Unsure of what to do with the unique soldiers, in 1969, the United States Army made all Vietnam LRRPs part of the 75th Ranger Regiment. But in reality, the LRRPs have their own history, a history that is often forgotten until recon teams are again necessary for a war. With a simple paper transaction on January 1st, 1969, the LRRPs officially became Rangers when the 75th Infantry Ranger units were reactivated. From an Army perspective, this was done to further strengthen and centralize the long-range patrol assets in Vietnam. For the LRRPs in Vietnam, it was both a blessing and a curse. Always feeling like the stepchildren of their parent organizations, the redesignation to Rangers gave the LRRPs credibility and linked them to a rich historical background. This included Merrill's Marauders, a tough band of recon soldiers who fought in the Pacific during World War II. Although now termed Rangers, only those men of the 75th Infantry who had completed the Fort Benning Ranger course could wear the Ranger tab.
It was a unique thing. Suddenly you were a Ranger. You know, you weren't a Ranger before, but now you're a Ranger. And there was a little bit of pride, but there was a little bit of misunderstanding too, because you had a lot of people who were proud to be LRRPs. And suddenly now they were Rangers, or they weren't Rangers, they had left. And the 75th Ranger concept came in, and you had LRRPs that had never served with the company as the 75th.
But on a more practical level, the transition from LRRPs to Rangers in Vietnam was difficult. The Rangers worked differently, often in 8-man teams instead of 5 to 6-man teams. For the LRRPs, this was seen as a recipe for disaster. The extra men meant learning to operate in a totally different manner.
In my situation, we were in Company O, we were in an area where it wasn't heavily wooded. There was a lot of rice paddies, and 5 or 6 guys had a tough time hiding. I mean, they could see you come in, they could see you walking around. It wasn't, we weren't as effective as we'd been in the heavily wooded areas.
It would seem that extra men might help, but tactically it changed everything and raised the chances for noise and detection. It's said that while the LRRPs were still LRRPs, they lived longer. When they switched to Rangers, many LRRPs became casualties.
To take you from a LRRP unit like that and integrate you into another outfit, that's just detrimental to the individual and to the outfit.
Another problem was Vietnamization. As part of a policy instituted during 1969, the United States was to allow the South Vietnamese government to gradually assume all military responsibilities for their defense while being supplied with U.S. arms, equipment, air support, and economic aid.